Down a bit more. Push down, right down to the floor. That's it. Don't be frightened, no. They've got them to 22 kilometres. Push right down.
Yeah, push it right down.
That's
it. It was only a handful of years ago that we first heard about the concept of running golf carts on the disused Stratford to Taramanui railway line. Most people were sceptical, most thought it couldn't work, and there was a lot of laughter. But despite the negative reactions, the vision was pursued, and today this has become a popular tourist attraction. And today we're fulfilling our dream and taking the 20 tunnel tour.
Everyone ready? Yes. Lights off. Now ladies, please keep your hands to yourselves.
We all stopped our carts together at the central point of the longest tunnel on the route. A chance to experience total darkness. One of the features of the trip is the number of rusty motor vehicles we pass along the track, and they have been placed like monuments mounted along the trackside. The carts are very easy to drive. All you need to do is put your foot down. No need to steer, they steer themselves. And a governor controls the speed to a maximum of around 20 kilometres per hour. Terry is one of the towns that we pass along the way. It's small, but was once much larger, having a brickworks and a dairy factory. We stopped at the site of the old railway station and use the illustrated trip booklets to compare the past with the present reality. And this is a good way to get things into historic perspective. And so it's time for our procession of rail carts to move off along the line. There are 91 bridges along the length of the track, and this is one of them. The rustic railside shack at Toi Toi is one of the more important stops along the way. Not only is it a stop for morning tea, but it's also a toilet stop, and as we were told, they're flush, not flash, and that was true. And like everyone else, we've just got to take a selfie. It's encouraging to know that the passengers driving the final cart have a satellite phone communication with the tour leader at the front. Ohura was one of the towns along the line that was based around coal mining, and there was quite a sizable population of coal miners and their families. After the mining there was employment in the Ohura State Prison, but that has also closed down, resulting in a population movement out of the area. We've reached the lunchtime stop, and this is where some of the shorter tours also end. And this device is a nifty turntable which can reposition carts that have to go back to where they've just come from. The 20 tunnel tour group is provided with a very wholesome lunch, picnic style.
point's about 1 kilometre up the road. Photograph of the book shows old Mr Forbes, our Prime Minister of the day, was here opening the line, and somehow they got 2,500 people here for the opening. Now when they said a 10-year project and it took them 30 years, I know why. The guy who done the equation forgot to allow for the Depression and the bloody war, the idiot.
Watch out, selfie time coming up again. This particular stop is to prepare us for a walk inside the tunnel to look at local wall art. If you look carefully, you'll see that there's a continuous flow of water coming from the appropriate spot. And this happens to be the only tunnel entrance on the whole trip, which is square. All the rest are rounded.
The tunnel came out, it came out the wall of the valley. That's the wall right there. The other side's over there. It's one of the deepest valleys on the line. So they built another viaduct. And it is the deepest viaduct. The cutting we just came through. On this side of it, they had a little train they had going around it. Just trolleys pushed dirt back from through the cutting. The cutting was 78 feet deep. They dug it by hand, same as the tunnel.
Towards the end of the 20th century, all the communities in the valley gradually declined, and in Whangamomona, the school was closed in 1979 and then the post office in 1988. Naturally, the locals weren't very happy about this. In 1989, when the local government reforms took the town out of the Taranaki region, that was really the last straw for the local community, and so they declared themselves a republic. And while everyone treated that action as a joke, it has in fact boosted tourism into the area. And every couple of years they have a Republican Day and they elect a new president of the Republic. You can even get a Republic of Whangamomona passport. Another stop and it's afternoon tea time. Construction of this 144-kilometre railway line commenced in the end of March 1901 and it took 30 long years to complete. Much of the construction work was by hand wheelbarrows, shovels and pickaxes, and sheer sweat and guts. Besides the impact of World War I and the Great Depression on construction, was also the regular cold and wet winters that created difficulties for the workers. Besides the extended construction period, the line did open up the hinterland for farming, trade and industry, coal mining, dairying, and it was in fact a remarkable engineering achievement.
The only equation I've got is 9 wheelbarrows to a cubic metre.
Over the years, the improvement of roads, the closing down of the coal mines, and the changing face of agriculture created less demand for the railway. Passenger services ended at the beginning of 1983, and in mid-2010, the railway was mothballed. And so for the next 2.5 years, the railway line remained empty and unused. Then, in October 2012, Forgotten World Adventures took the gamble and the risk and opened up the line with rail carts. Since that time, the popularity of this tourist activity has steadily increased, and a variety of tour options have been developed. What was once a dream has become a reality. Where once people were amused by the idea, now they are full of admiration. We come to the end of the railcart adventure, the 20 tunnel tour, and our shuttle is ready to take us back to Taramanui.